Hello and welcome to my incomplete Christmas gift guide of 2024. Cheers, happy Friday. It is Friday the 13th of December, which I think is maybe the 13thness is cancelled out by the fact it's December and it's Advent and we're all looking forward to it. It's late, it's 10 past 8 in the evening. I've got the studio light on to try and negate some of the graininess. And that's why I've also painted myself like a clown tonight in the hope that I don't just resemble the Ghost of Christmas Past entirely. No, what I've gone for instead is Ghost of Christmas Pantomime Past. You're welcome. Oh, no, she doesn't, I hear you say. Oh, yes, she does, and it's fine, don't worry about it. I have a cheeky glass of Bailey's here. It was an offer in Sainsbury's, which is very exciting. So I treated us. And I thought I'd give you a little roundup because I haven't been in here for a couple of days. Now, as the title suggests, I am bringing you very, very proudly my incomplete Christmas gift guide, sharing what I've been making for other people, the favourite gifts I've made in the past, some last minute quick knits and crochet projects if you're in the market for it, and I will also share the things I have not yet finished for Christmas 2024. I will let you decide how many things you think I have not finished. To be fair, I've not actually, unless you've seen the Whip Walk of Shame video, you won't have a clue how many I was actually planning on doing. So we'll see. Tomorrow is also, the other reason I wanted to come on and do this tonight is because tomorrow is also the final day to enter the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which now we are well past 2,000 subscribers seems a little bit silly, but I'm still going to celebrate that first 1,000. Obviously everyone can take part. If you head back to the video that was after my Whip Walk of Shame, which I believe is called Have I Cast On, then you will find the prompt in that video to enter, and you must enter your comments under that video. I will not be including comments from any other videos in that giveaway, so please do go and have a look at that. It's quite festive. I'll be giving away a skein of Fiberpunk's Big Gay Christmas Tree, which you can see being dyed, if you are that way inclined, in his most recent vlog episode, which I will try and link below. If not, Marcus, I know you watch this, my lovely, drop your link below. It's absolutely fine, and hopefully people will go and see and decide they want it. So before I leap into all of that, get yourself a beverage. It might be a long one, and I'll just put a little montage of what I've been up to for the past couple of days. It's Mowgli. You going to say thank you to Doggy?
Thank you, Sophie.
Oh, welcome. Ruff, ruff. You're peeping? You're excited? No peeping. Yeah, you excited?
Yeah.
Ready? Ready? Open your eyes.
Wow.
What is it?
A reindeer.
It's a Magnus. It's a reindeer. And if I pull that out and switch that. Yeah. Ready for your Christmas bath. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hey.
What is it, Robin?
Cool.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's your Christmas bath.
Yay. Go right so.
Well, welcome back. I hope that was all right. As you can see, I'm looking a little bit festive tonight. I have my husband's jingle all the way, shop bought, stolen from him, Christmas jumper. Yesterday was Christmas jumper day, and so we wore our Christmas jumpers to preschool. Yeah, and I wore it again today because it was just warm and cozy, and I've decided he's not getting it back. Don't you have a hand knitted Christmas jumper, I hear you ask? No, of course I don't. Why would I have knit something by a deadline? Also, even if I did, I wouldn't be wearing it to preschool because there's paint and glitter and children with various substances coming out of various orifices, all of which would pose a great threat to my treasured hand-knitted, non-existent Christmas jumper. So there we are. It's just as well I don't have one, really, isn't it? Because I probably would be tempted to wear it, to be fair. I'm going to put my Baileys down. That's a bit wonky. I'll put it on the floor and hope the cat doesn't try and drink it. My cat has a habit, my middle child problem, of dipping his paws into things and sort of licking his paws, and he's not beyond stealing some alcohol, I don't think. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so as you've seen, the last few days have just been quite quiet, not really a lot going on festive wise. I've done a bit of making, and I'm now we're halfway through Advent. I can't quite believe it. We've got a bumper weekend coming up, so I thought this is a good chance to hit pause for a second and share some of the things that I have been making, have made, have finished, have not finished, and some of my favourite gift makes from Christmas past, from years ago, that I would recommend as possible gift knits as well. Okay, so let's dive in. First of all, I'm going to start with some finished objects. Some of these you may have seen before. No, I have not bothered to bring more sock blockers down. I've got one pair of socks on a blocker, but these I'm just going to dangle at you. These are my boot socks that I have knitted for my friend Jude. You may know him as Rewilding Jude, or Jude of Stranded Dyeworks. I do know from the comments that some of my new subscribers are very familiar with him. Yeah, and as I've said, very lucky that he's a very important part of our family. Consider ourselves very blessed. And here they are. I have done a long enough leg that he can roll them over should he desire. It's a 3x1 rib. I sent him a picture of them when they were in progress because I wasn't keen on how the 3x1 rib was looking. Well, it doesn't look too bad like that. And he said actually he liked what was the wrong side better too, so I kind of flipped it. I've done an Eye of Partridge heel, which is a variation on the slip stitch heel flap and gusset, and actually it's not as difficult as I was anticipating. Like so many things in crafting, when you actually get on with it and try it, it's really not that scary. I just need to get out of my own way, which seems to be the story of my life at the moment. But anyway, and then just worked it down. I didn't do the rib on the sole of the foot. I just did it on the front, and then just a normal kind of, I think this is called a wedge toe or a wedge shaped toe. So yeah, so I'm still faffing around the camera angles because I'm not quite, it feels too bright still. I still feel too pale, even though I've got layers of foundation on today. I hope you're not watching me on big screen on HD. That's all I can say. Oh, is this a Christmas special or a Halloween special? You decide. Right, I've got that Friday feeling. Can you tell? So yeah, there's the second one. Oh, hang on, I should hold them up together, shouldn't I? Look, receipts. So that's number one. Number two, sticking with socks, are my dad's socks. These are my dad's Christmas socks. They are the West Yorkshire Spinners colourway pheasant, which isn't festive in and of itself, although when my brother was younger, he went through a phase where he was adamant he didn't like turkey. So on Christmas Day, my grandma told him she cooked him pheasant, and he absolutely believed it and thought he was eating it. So there we go. There's a kind of nod to Christmas. They are kind of almost, but not quite matching. Oh no, that's how I'm holding them up. These ones, I've just done a normal slip stitch, heel flap and gusset. I am not changing anything for my dad. He's got the recipe he likes. He says he loves them. That's what we're going with. And of course, because anytime I knit my dad's socks, or Jude's socks for that matter, I knit my son matching ones. There's the mini pheasant socks. So my dad's pheasant socks I completed last week. My sons were completed in the summer. So yeah, I got all of that. It was a really close game of yarn chicking for my dad's socks, not going to lie. I was really quite nervous. I have the tiniest little nugget of yarn left. Chicken nugget, pheasant nugget, pheasant nugget. Ooh. But yeah, it was a really close run thing. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to get socks for my son and my dad out of the same ball of yarn. I might have to incorporate heels and toes. So there's my son's little matching pair. So granddad pheasant and grandson pheasant, which I think are really cute. Thank you, by the way, Emma. The candle, which I have lit, smells amazing. Okay, on to gift number 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's not bad so far, is it? These are my husband's Christmas Eve socks. I started last year a Christmas Eve box for us as a family. I think it's been around for a fair while in the US. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Do feel free to correct me in the comments. I know I've got a lot of you here now from the US. But as with many kind of festive, jolly things, us Brits are a little bit slow to catch up. You know, things like people are having proms now at school and sweet 16s, and Halloween has got bigger. And in the same way, Christmas Eve boxes have also got bigger. Black Friday, unfortunately, has also come over here. You could take that one back. I wouldn't complain. So I started it, and the idea was we had pajamas, a movie, a book, you know, a little something in it. And I wanted to do this year. Last year I bought us all matching pajamas, and they will fit this year because obviously my husband and I don't really change. And my son, I bought him the size up. He was the 2-year-old who was like holding his trouser legs up to toddle around his bedroom. But hey, I've got another year out of them. And to be fair, he and I wear them all year round. It's just my husband who saves them for Christmas. They were actually in the loft with the Christmas decorations and this jumper, but there we are. My husband's the Grinch. So I wanted this year to make us all socks for the Christmas Eve box. And my husband's are finished. They've been finished for a little while. Look at that sparkle. See, ghost aside, you know, ghost of Christmas pantomime passed aside, the studio lights are worth it for that sparkle. Look, although you can see the shadow from the tripod. Look at that. That's just a little bit jazzy, isn't it? So I've used licorice for the top. This is vintage tinsel, which is West Yorkshire Spinners colourway from, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe. I don't know. I think so. I think last year was Nutcracker. And I've used that for toes, heels and cuffs for my husband. They are so sparkly. I can't get over how sparkly they are. Love it. So that's number 4. Gift number 5 is a recent finish, and you will notice that very few of these have their ends woven in. There we go. Gift number 5 is a cowl designed by Wivy Weaver, the lovely Heather, in her own hand-dyed yarn. This, again, was a recent cast on and cast off. I bought the kit at Stitch Fest Southwest, where I was helping Heather on her stand for the Saturday. I couldn't help on the Sunday as well because it was my son's birthday party. But while on her stand, I wanted to be knitting in her yarn. And this cowl kit seemed like the absolute perfect thing because she had lots of kits available and people could see how it was working and how easy it was. It was also just moss stitch, so I could knit that and talk. I could have it in my wrist bag over my arm, although now I'll be using my yarn holder. And then you sew it together in a very clever way whereby you kind of fold it. I can't make it happen, but there are tutorials online to show you how to fold it to make it look like a twist when you've sewn it together. This is going to be for my mum for Christmas. She likes these sorts of colours, they suit her, and also with her Parkinson's, I want her to be able to get them on and off easily. I'm not going to demonstrate this because I said I am caked in foundation. I say I'm exaggerating, obviously. I so rarely wear much in the way of makeup. What I usually wear to film is more than I would usually on a daily basis, and that's just a lick of eyeliner and mascara sometimes. But there we are. So that is gift number 5. It's a really good one. It's a nice quick gift. Don't know if she's got any kits left, but a cowl is definitely on my list of things that make great gifts. So that's for my mum. Number 6 is a bit of a cheat. I actually knit this one for my son, fully intending to knit another one for my nephew. I knit a vest for my husband's cousin's son for his birthday in the summer, and my son saw me laying it out to take the project pictures on Ravelry, and he's like, "Is this for me? I need one. You knit me one, mummy." So I was like, "Oh, all right then, sure." And I was so excited because it's the first time he'd actively asked me to knit him anything. I've always knit for him. He's very, very knit worthy. And he said, "Yes, come, I'll get the yarn." And he walked into my bedroom and looked up at all these boxes and went, "Here is mummy's yarn." I was like, oh dear. So he picked, luckily, the yarn I'd already bought and earmarked for this very project, which was James C. Brett's Stonewash DK. And this is, I love the colours on this. This is the Peanut Vest by Tin Can Knits. And if you look it up, you will see it's a colourwork vest with like a kind of snowflakey type design across the middle. Obviously, I've omitted that. And I had the intention of doing the same one for my nephew for Christmas. But as luck would have it, I ran out of time. I did this in the summer, thought, yeah, I've got 4 months till Christmas. What's the hurry? Actually, no, I'm lying to you. Because to me, in August, there's still 6 months till Christmas. Does anyone else feel like that? Does it take you by... I mean, I know from my whip video that some of you are very, very organised, and I take my hat off to you. So you're probably rolling your eyes now and going, "No, Gemma, we know that August is only 4 months till Christmas." And when you put it like that, it's vaguely terrifying how short time you've got to do your gift makes. So what I've done is I've taken this back out of my son's bedroom. He's not even so much as tried it on yet. And I'm going to wrap it up for my nephew for Christmas. For context, there are 3 weeks between them. My nephew is 3 weeks older, almost to the day, than my son. And he's actually shares a birthday with my husband. So this is going to be for him. I'll wrap it up, send it down. And this is for his sister. This you might have seen if you've been with me for a while as well. I knit this in the summer. It is the Cabled Baby Sweater by Lara Simmons. And I'm going to have to change the angle of the camera again. The reason I had the camera at the angle it was because of the studio lights and the glare from the studio lights and the shadows and things. But I can't stand that background, and I feel like it's detracting from the projects I'm sharing. So from now on, oh, actually, weirdly, that's clearer. So this is the Cable Baby Vest by Lara Simonson. It is on Ravelry. I know someone said they couldn't find it. Do feel free to go on my Ravelry and have a look if you like. I think I'm still on there as the Midnight Diary, not as Gemma Mills. So have a look and you'll see it. It's fairly recent. And I've done this in Stylecraft Love You, which I bought from Banbury's department store when I went to visit them. And it's just beautiful. And I have cast on a second one. I wanted to do 2. One for my new baby niece who was born in the summer. So this will be her first Christmas. I did the 6 to 12 month size because she was a summer baby. My friend, my brother-in-law, my eldest friend, and my brother were all super inconsiderate to me as a knitter and had summer babies. So there was no knitting of cute, teeny, tiny baby things because they were all born in the height of summer. So there would be no need for them. So what I did instead was I thought, but because they're summer, I can knit them Christmas things. So this is her Welcome to the World present, which will be her Christmas present. And I do have another one on the go ready for my eldest friend as well, for her baby girl, who was born, I think, a month or 2 before my niece. So there we are. So where are we now? 6 and 7. I'm doing well, aren't I? Gift number 8. This is a faux cable beanie worked in... Oh, what is the yarn? I can't remember what the yarn is. I can't remember. I'm really sorry. I'll try and find out. And this is the pattern that we use. It's by Ella. I think it's by Ella Austin. And it's not publicly available. It's a free pattern that Wool on the X give with a yarn purchase, I think, or with a workshop. And this is what the pattern we use for the Knitting in the Round workshop. So there we are. and it's beautiful. So I've done this for Layla. I knit her a headband last year, so she's got a kind of rainbow beanie this year. And for her cousin, her little sister Nova, where are we? Is it in here? Tell me it's in here, because I'm going to really panic that I've lost it. Is a kind of matching cowl. I'm going to put it that way up. So I've used the same pattern, but left it as a cowl. And again, can't remember the yarn I did this in, but it's a wool acrylic blend, again from Wool on the X. It looks kind of orangey red, but it is a bright kind of Christmassy tomatoey red. So it's definitely more orange leaning, I guess, than your traditional Christmas red. Definitely more orange leaning than your traditional Christmas red. This is just, I can't get a handle on this lighting. This is ridiculous. I used to do this all the time. I used to podcast with studio lights all the time, and I never had a problem. I've just lost, I mean, my studio lights are different. They used to be the big kind of umbrella looking ones with the softener over the front, and these are different. Yeah, I don't like winter podcasting, I don't think. Anyway, there we go. So there's that one. And I have done that. There we go for Layla. So is that 9? I've lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 9. I also have number 10, which isn't with me, which is I should say, the beeswax food wraps that I'd done for a gift as well for someone, but I'll put a picture of them up here. There is a video that's how I made those back in a month or so ago, maybe even 2 months ago. So I've got that, so that's gift number 10. The reason this has baffled me so much is because back in January, or it might have been even Twixtmas, I published a video called My Resolution Free Year, and one top of my resolution list was no gifts. I am not making any gifts for anyone. I'm relieving myself of that pressure. And the absolute irony of it is I've knit more gifts this year than any year before. Go figure that one out. So I wonder what non-resolution I should have this year that will then result in me doing all the things. Or will it not work because I will then know that I'm trying to reverse psychology myself? Maybe it only worked because I wasn't planning on trying anything. There was nothing to work in my head. I just said I'm not going to knit any gifts, and the opposite happened. And it was organic and natural, and I am winding myself down a rabbit hole. I'm going to be coming up with the wombats in Australia if I'm not careful. So, right. So those are my completed gifts for this year. My top gifts that I've knit previously. Socks are always a winner for me. They are quite a personal thing, though. You need to know about the anatomy of the recipient's foot. There are ways and means of knots. I did knit Jude's first socks as a complete surprise, but I say I cheated rather to get the information I needed. I was knitting. We text all the time, and I was knitting socks and going, oh gosh, how many stitches do you think I need to cast on for a size 8 foot? I've never knit that size before, and they're for a friend, or I can't remember who I said they were for. I basically lied. And got Jude text me back, because I knew damn fine that he had size 8 feet, because he talked about it quite a lot on his podcast when he was knitting, because that's what you do. You talk about your own anatomy. And he, bless him, he texted me back and told me, how many stitches and on what needles and whatnot. And I think he uses smaller needles than me. So I think he would do a 72 stitch and I do a 64. So I still did that. And then, so I cheated with him a fair bit to get his first pair of socks. He didn't figure it out though, bless his heart. Socks are always a winner. Hats, absolutely hands down a winner. There is a little hat pattern. I'm going to try and find it. I'm going to put a picture up here that I created a couple of years ago, holding 2 strands of chunky yarn together for this fun marred look. And it has a garter stitch edge and then a stocking stitch. That's the crown. So what's this bit? the body of your hat. I don't know. Yeah, so that is right up there with me for a good gift knit. A couple of years ago, I knit a lot of penny gloves for Petite Knit. I know Petite Knit is a name that you either love or go, oh, here we go again, more Petite Knit. She is quite prolific, and every man, his dog and his iguana has knit Petite Knit patterns, it seems. Even me, I've knit two. I've knit the penny gloves and the holiday slipover. And that's the sum total of my Petite Knit knitting. But the penny gloves are great. I really, really like them, and they're quick to whip up. They're socks without the without the faffy bits. They're just tubes with a little thumb. And I did that using 4-ply and mohair held double, and they worked really well, and they made really, really good gifts. I really liked them. So there was that. The other one was the plaits by, can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I've done a few of those plait headbands as well, which are fabulous. They're really, really, it's a really beautiful pattern. I don't have one for myself yet. I really should rectify that, and maybe I will, who knows. Yeah, so those are my kind of best gift knits that I've ever done. I loved the hot water bottle I gave to Helen, albeit nearly a year late. So maybe not if you want a quick gift knit. Definitely not top of the speedy ones. Homemade anything is always good. So last year I made little hampers for everyone for Christmas. It took a lot of work, and actually I'm a bit sad that I won't have time to do that for people this year, but I put in homemade biscuits, hot chocolate mixes. I made a kind of American scone that went in there. There was bird feeders that my son and I had made, like bird fat balls that we'd made. And there were jars of chutney. I did say to everyone, I need the jars back, and I haven't had any back yet. So either they've not cracked them open yet, which is fine because they last a while, or they've just forgotten. I did buy new jars to do chutney, and I am going to do some spiced apple chutney, hopefully in the next few days, because otherwise I'm going to run out of time. And they're using the apples from Alan's great aunt and uncle's garden. And I think that will be really special. I will have to supplement it with other apples now, because some of them have gone a little bit soft, but I should get away with it, I think. Okay, so here I am back again, and just going to wrap this video up. There's not a lot to say really. I have got several gift makes that are not yet finished. I have my son's Christmas Eve socks, which are here. They're fairly close. I say that. I've had one done since the summer, which is here. I've used a sparkly teal. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that sparkle in there. Wow. So I've used a sparkly teal for the heel and toe. No, the cuff and the toe for that one. And the second one, I am about to start the heel flap. So that really shouldn't take me too long. That should be done this weekend. And that is ready for Christmas, or Christmas Eve, I should say. And the second one is a bit of an update for you. I have now sewn it together and done the neck, but well, I say sewn it together, there's a sleeve flapping open there that I haven't quite sewn together yet. The ends are woven in, apart from the last couple. But there we are. We have an actual recognisable cardigan. I say it's not my finest work, but I'm super proud of it because I've graded it myself. And with any luck, it will fit this child. I hope it fits this child. And if it doesn't, it's not because of the amount of time it's taken me. It's because of my grading skills. Because I've been measuring it up against my son as we go. And they're the same age. They were born on exactly the same day. My friend's grandson and my son. So I'm very hopeful that this will fit. This evening, I cast off the neck bands. So all I've got left to do are the button bands. So once I've edited this and got this up, then that will be happening. Other gifts that other gifts that I was planning on doing and have not yet finished, and in some cases even started, are great grandma's flax sweater. That is not finished. That is not beyond the neckband at the moment, which I started on the 3rd of November or 2nd of November. think it started on the 2nd of November. So anyway, so I've not finished that. I have not finished the Thomas sweater, although to be fair, I wasn't planning on that for this Christmas. I have not finished a Moira Rose shawl, haven't touched it since I shared it on my whip video. Is there anything else? No, I think that might be it. So actually planned gifts that I'd hope to give this Christmas. I've got a sweater and a shawl, obviously this chime, and the Christmas Eve socks. That's 4 things. There are other bits I would have liked to have done. I'm thinking of, I really need to give something to my best friend's older daughter. I wanted to sort something out for my honorary nephew, who's the one the hopscotch hoodies for. And I've got my 2 godchildren who I'm so excited to be seeing very soon. I haven't seen them in well over a year. I miss them dreadfully. And their mummy, of course, who's kind of, just really special. So I'm really excited to be seeing them. So if I can whip something up for them before I go, which isn't long now, then I will. But there's no pressure because there's always a shop at the end of the day. And it's the thought that counts, right? I've thought. So what's coming up this weekend? The reason I kind of wanted to catch up and do a kind of podcast episode is because we have got a manic weekend. So obviously it's Friday night now. I'm going to go and edit this and do a bit of knitting, maybe knit on my son's Christmas Eve sock because that'll be easier than the chime while I'm editing. Then tomorrow morning, Cracker Sparrows, we are going to a local Christmas tree farm where there should be reindeers and huskies. It's the same one we went to last year, but this year hopefully there should be reindeer. And also Robin's a little bit older, so I don't mind doing the same things over and over again with him because each time it's a new experience. It's so exciting. And then we're coming home. We're going to try and get him to nap. Fingers crossed for a nap, everyone. In which time I will try and do the chutney, if I can. Because in the evening we are off to the Train of Lights on the Santa special. So Robin will be meeting Father Christmas. I don't think he can remember meeting Father Christmas last year. But he'll be meeting Father Christmas. It's going to be so special. And then on Sunday, it's my work Christmas lunch. So obviously going to that. And I've got an assignment to do. And then Monday, hopefully catching up with some friends over on the other side of Devon. So that's going to be a bit of a drive. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's the day job. And then Christmas is pretty much upon us. And we've got visiting and all sorts of things to do. So I'm going to video upload again probably on Monday night. And then probably not again until the following Friday, which will be an Ask Me Anything podcast episode. So if you are new around here and you've watched a few of my videos now and you have some questions or anything you'd like to know, I've had some questions about the dyeing business already. I've had some questions about my current career, all sorts of bits and pieces. So do just share your comments and questions below. I would like a few more because otherwise it's going to be a very short episode. So if you could think of any questions, please do share those below. That's it from me for now. I'm going to blow out this gorgeous candle, take my glass of Bailey's. The cat has been near it, but I don't think he's been in it. And take my glass of Bailey's upstairs and possibly a sweet treat and get on with editing this. So I hope you're having a lovely evening. Hope you have a great weekend, whatever you've got planned. And I will see you in the next video next week. Take care. Bye.